Hello! My name is Navigator, and I am a little stuffed up right now. I do apologize, but really, as quickly as I possibly can, I am going to get through everything that I picked up in quite the crazy weekend of, just going to wrestling events, different cons, hitting up a whole bunch of stores. So just get ready because there's a lot of stuff that entered the Navigator's collection today. So I don't know. I got a whole pile here. I'm just going to grab the first thing that I see. This is going to be from, and actually all this stuff that I'm going to do first off is going to be from a mystery bag that I got at a, WrestleVania, hosted by One Up Wrestling. It was in Fulton, New York, and Tommy Dreamer was the special guest there. And I have a chair that is signed by Rob Van Dam, Sabu, and now Tommy Dreamer, with the hopes of finally getting a Sandman autograph as well to complete a ECW Originals, little hope that I had of getting a chair signed by them. But regardless, that was something that I did this weekend. I went to that show, WrestleVania, once again by One Up Wrestling, and I bought two of these wrestling goodies mystery boxes, and this is something that I got from one of them. So there you go. That's the backstory of what this stuff is coming from. But number one, I got a Shane Helms Micro Brawlers. This is my first Micro Brawler. I really could care less about these things, but it came with the mystery bag, so, beggars can't be choosers. But there we have it. Shane Helms. Never really was a big fan of him in particular. Next up here, though, because these things do come with T-shirts, we did get a Money Inc. shirt, and I am a really big fan of the IRS. I love the IRS, love Mike Rotunda, and Ted DiBiase. Yeah, I can't hate that I got this shirt, and compared to the other shirt that I got in the other mystery bag, I really can't complain. So let's take a look at that. And that just dropped off the back of the chair, but that is going to be a Jon Moxley Purveyor of Violence shirt. And you guys know I talk about it on the channel all the time. Jon Moxley is my number one. And to have another Moxley shirt, no complaints there from me. But next up from one of those boxes, we did get a pair of Danhausen socks. These 8-bit it's the Micro Brawler. It's a Micro Brawler Danhausen pair of socks. So we did get those as well. Trying to see what else. I got an ENC's kazoo. This is Edge and Christian. Apparently they had a whole kazoo thing going on. I have no idea. But we did get that as well. And I'm trying to see what else I got. Oh my gosh, I put them away. But let me see if I can grab them really quick. And yes, I can. Fortunately. But we did get some autographs as well with these mystery boxes. Let me show those off. Number one, we did get Sammy Guevara. And this one isn't authenticated. It doesn't really have anything to authenticate it in particular on it, which was kind of a bummer. But I did get this. And Sammy Guevara, an AEW superstar. So I'm very glad to have that. So why don't I just tuck that in right there if I can. And then we also got from, Pro Wrestling Crate, a Juice Robinson autograph. So there we go. And he was just on the Wrestle Dream pay-per-view last night. So no complaints from me on that front with some AEW guys. Just need a figure of Juice. That would be nice. And then let's see. What else did I get? I got some One-Up pens from those mystery boxes as well. One-Up Wrestling. Shout out to them for a really awesome event. And then next up here. There's a lot of stuff, guys. I told you. I went to a wrestling show in Binghamton, New York, or specifically a place called Vestal, but it was right by Binghamton, and they had Mike Santana there, who was previously in AEW and is now in TNA, but I picked up some local wrestling merch, specifically a Pat Sawyer, Indigenous Pat Sawyer shirt. I really like Pat Sawyer, so I got this. It's a long sleeve, all red, so now I have that. Especially for the winter shows, that'll be nice. I also managed to pick up a Buffalo Wrestling Academy shirt, and it came with a business card of Vince Valor, is who I got that shirt from, a Wrestling Academy sticker, and a bracelet, which I'm very happy to have. As you guys know, I have all these bracelets here, so I'm going to add that to the collection as well. So we have that. Today, I went to Retro Games Con. I guess. Actually, wait, sorry. I should show off the Mike Santana stuff first, shouldn't I? Yeah, that whole reason that I went to go see that show in Binghamton was to get a Mike Santana signed AEW figure. So I have this now. This is from Series 4. This is my favorite Santana figure. I never actually owned this before this week. I just picked it up. I think I showed it off in a previous video, but I did grab this to get signed. And what a cool signature. I love that. So it was a 2-hour drive, but in my opinion, totally worth it. And then let me see, what else do we have here in the stack? Another one from the mystery boxes. I thought this was kind of funny. Behind the Merch, a documentary about pro wrestling tees. Apparently, it's got like Kenny and the Bucks and Adam Cole. I don't know, a bunch of Ring of Honor guys. But we have that, so I don't know if I'll ever watch this. But Behind the Merch we got, so there we are. We do have that. And then let me see, some loose figures. Here we go. I also picked these up from WrestleMania. There's a person there that usually sells these. We got this loose Chris Jericho. This is one that I've always wanted. I always wanted like a good Chris Jericho Elite. So there is that. Now, don't have to worry about that anymore. Got this for a pretty decent price. But something else, something so cool, and honestly, like one of my favorite parts about this weekend is I found this Elite Evan Bourne. And Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal, he's in AEW. I'm kind of a big fan of his. I like him a lot. And I've always wanted an Evan Bourne figure. And I was looking on eBay and I was like, these are just kind of expensive. I don't know if I'll ever find one for a good price. And I found him for $30. And, I was like, you know what? He's in really good condition. It's definitely a better price than what I would have found on eBay. So I picked this one up. And it turns out this one is like super rare. This is like a super, super rare figure for no reason at all. The only loose one that I can find was like $95 on eBay. So this is super cool. As you guys can see, I'm not really going to do a review of it in its own video, but just really quickly here. I know it's not, exactly focusing, but you can see there's like no damage at all on this figure. It is crazy how mint this figure is. So we have that, a super cool and rare find. So glad that I picked that up. And then finally here, we'll get into the last of it. What do we got? Some stuff that I picked up at some stores. How about that? So today, I went to my local Target after being all across New York State this weekend. I finally came back home after 3 days. Went to my Target. What did I find? Well, and I was thinking about it earlier today, too. I was like, you know what? I would love to see this. It is the new limited pay-per-view Adam Page Target exclusive figure. This, I was like, no way. It was literally the only one sitting there. I'm assuming I'll find more of these in the future if I really want to keep it mint on card. But I'm definitely going to be unboxing this and kind of swapping it out with the current one that I have because I love this gear that he is in. And he's really been on fire lately on Dynamite. So I'm not upset at all in finding this figure. I was actually quite the opposite, quite happy about this. So we do have that. The what is it? What's his name? I'm losing myself here, folks. Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page, limited edition pay-per-view Target exclusive figure. But speaking of Target exclusives, the one that really matters, you can already see him right there. This is the Casey Jones Cody Rhodes Ninja Turtles WWE crossover figure. This is the one out of the whole set that I wanted the most. I forget where I was. I think I was like at a Target in Syracuse at 9 o'clock last night, and I found two of these guys. Picked them both up. One of them I'm gonna keep in the box, and this one I'll be unboxing here on the channel. And I'm so excited. This Cody Rhodes, what an awesome idea. I'm a huge fan of Casey Jones. I've reviewed, I think, at least one of his figures here on the channel. I know that there's one for definite. But Casey Jones, it's funny, they have such similar names, but Casey Jones, one of my favorites and just such a cool idea for a figure. Cannot wait to unbox this on the channel, so we have that. And then finally here, the last of it, folks. I'm sorry, an almost 10-minute video here. We went to Retro Games Con today in Syracuse and met two gentlemen that really mean the world to me. At the time, I was, for some reason, just like waiting in this line for forever, and I just wanted to get it over with, so I kept my conversation with them very cordial, but also very short. In retrospective, I wish I should have said more to them, but we met. Let me pick it all up here. We met Arthur Morgan and John Marston, specifically Roger Clark, the voice actor for Arthur Morgan. And this is a custom Funko Pop that I got back in 2018 when this game first came out, that being Red Dead Redemption 2. And it's been sitting in my collection for a long time. And I was like, you know what? What a great thing to get signed by him, considering my whole collection here and getting Funko Pops autographed by wrestlers. I was like, you know what? We're going to get that signed by him. We got the Roger Clark right there. But we also got the John Marston. I have a copy here of Red Dead Redemption 2, and it is signed by Rob Whitehoff, the voice actor for John Marston. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. Incredibly nice. He was like super happy to be there. And right here it says, "You're my brother, John Marston," with his autograph right there. Just two things that I will treasure for the rest of my life. I just cannot believe that I have these two things. And I had the pleasure of meeting the both of them. Just so awesome. And then the very last thing here, the final thing that I picked up at Retro Games Con, kind of out of the blue, I apologize, but it's going to be a Roanoa Zorro Chase Funko Pop. Zorro and One Piece. Zorro being my favorite character from One Piece, but One Piece is my favorite anime of all time. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I've not finished it, but I love Zorro so much that I found this chase for $45. That's how much I paid for this guy, $45, and I thought it was worth it because I just love how this is, and to have a chase of Zorro is just too cool because I do have the other one. So I will leave it there, folks. That is everything that I got this weekend, and just a crazy wrestling convention weekend extravaganza. It was something else. I did a lot of driving all over New York State. I wish I had mapped it or something because it was nuts, but I will leave it there, folks. As always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.